Hey friends, welcome back to another Vinyasa practice. Today we're focusing on backbending as we head into our peak pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana, or upward facing bow. We will also have the opportunity to play with Chakrasana, which is actually a series of poses merged into a transition. Now, if you've practiced Ashtanga before, the full primary series, like the 90-minute version, you may have practiced this at the end of the practice. It is quite a challenging transition, so I encourage you just to come into this practice with an open mind and a curious heart. This class is also part of our May meditation series, so we will have a couple of minutes at the end to sit in stillness together. Before we begin, I wanted to give a little bit of background behind Chakrasana and kind of wheel pose and Urdhva Dhanurasana. So there's this book, Yoga Mythology, 64 Asanas and Their Stories. If you've been following this channel for a long time, you will know I love this book. And they talk about how, chakra kind of translates to wheel, and how that relates to kind of the cyclical nature, how things don't start and they don't end, they continue to move. The chakra also represents the cyclical nature of time. In Hindu mythology, time repeats itself, and in every age, as the wheel of time moves, the eras change, from childhood to youth to maturity, and finally senility, which is followed by the death of the cosmos or pralaya. After this, there is a rebirth and the cycle repeats itself. Unlike Christian mythology, where the world is moving towards Judgment Day, Hindu mythology sees the world moving towards death and rebirth constantly, thus experiencing a very different kind of worldview. And kind of fun fact is that this transition that we will practice of Chakrasana is indicative of the whirling of Vishnu, who's a god, of his kind of chakra, his wheel, his almost like a boomerang, and it was designed to cut people's head off. So that's really fun. Okay, let's begin in a tabletop position. So bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread the fingertips wide. Use your next breath in as you drop the belly down, look forward into cow pose. And then as you exhale, let's press away from the ground, draw the belly button up and in, tuck the tailbone. Take the next couple of breaths in your own time, and we will use this transition of movements as a way for ourselves to kind of land here on our mat. Bringing our full attention to our breath and our body. And if you would like to add on any movements here, maybe any shifting from side to side or shifting forward and back, then please feel free to add that on as well. Starting to get into the space of the spine, the ribs and the hips. Take one more breath in this position. And then come back through center. I'm going to just take some circles on the wrists. So one of the things that can limit ourselves in our Urdhva Dhanurasana, our upward facing bow, is our kind of wrist flexibility, and just switching directions of the circles, because it can feel like quite a acute angle that we're on. So we just want to make sure that we warm up into the wrists so we can feel comfortable and confident as we practice our back bending. If it feels good, flip one hand, turning the fingers to the knees. If it felt good, you could try flip both hands around. Getting a little bit deeper into the breath, so feeling the ribs expand side and side, front and back on your inhale. And then as you exhale, just maybe shifting back. Coming back through center, pressing the backs of the palms down into the ground just to counter that pose, maybe shifting forward and back. And then coming back through center, take a big step forward with both hands. Use your next breath in to ripple through the spine. Lower the hips down to the ground for Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Now you can have your elbows a lot more bent, maybe even coming into Sphinx, or you can have your arms up a little bit longer. Spiral the insides of the elbows to the front. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths as we squeeze the glutes, kind of pushing ourselves away from the ground. If you felt like more, you could always walk your hands in a little bit further. Take another deep breath in, lift up tall. And then as you exhale, roll down your spine. Reach your right hand to the side, left hand by the rib. Breathe in as you turn your left toes high. And then as you exhale, open the chest to the left as you draw the left foot on the ground behind the right leg. You can stay here by pushing the left hand into the ground, or you could also wind it behind the back. Opening through the chest and the front line of the body. Take another deep breath in. And then as you exhale, coming back through center, we're going to swap to the other side. So left hand extends out, right hand by the rib, breathe in. Start to turn the chest to the right, bring the right foot behind you, exhale to hold. You want to feel all of the left fingers press down into the ground. One more breath here. And then come back through center. Extend both of your hands out to the sides. A little bit different, scorpion twist. So you're going to bend your left knee, twist your body. Imagine like you're trying to tap your left toes to your right hand, but you keep your left hand on the ground. Breathe in, come back through center. Right toes turn up this time, and then as you exhale, right toes draw to the left. Come back through center and then repeat in your own time. So what this does is that rather than getting into the chest too much, this focuses more on the extension of the hip and the spine. Let's try one more each side. Breathing in, coming through center. Exhaling, twisting to left foot over to the right. Breathing in, coming back through center. Exhaling, twisting the right foot to the left. Come back through center, make sure that the right toes are still lifted, hands by the ribs. Breathe in as you push up onto your knees, tap the right knee to the right elbow. As you exhale, step the right foot outside the right hand, lower the hips down to the ground. Breathe in, lift the arms above the head, Anjaneyasana. Lifting up really tall, exhale to hold. Start to tuck onto the left toes. Push through the right foot to lift the left knee off the ground. Try a little tuck of the tailbone here, so you're really lengthening down the left hip flexor. Breathe in as you take the hands behind the back. Squeeze the palms together, and as you exhale, draw the knuckles down to the ground. Feel the collarbones broaden. One more breath in this position. Push through your right foot. Keep the clasp of the hands, breathe in as you step forward, hip width distance. And then as you exhale, fold forward, let the hands come up and over the head, diving you down into this Uttanasana, forward fold. Hands release, bring them behind the legs, breathe in. And then as you exhale, can you hug yourself down a little bit more? Breathe in, lift the arms above the head, Urdhva Hastasana. Start to lift the heels off the ground. And then as you exhale, slow lower to toe stand. So feel the knees pressing out, lowering your hips down to the heels. If you've got anything in front of you, just move it to the side. Lower the knees down at the front. Breathe in, lift up, hands come to the hips. As you exhale, push your hips forward for Ustrasana. Lift up and out of the heart. Tuck the elbows in. Come back through center, lower the hips, breathe in as you lift the knees. As you exhale, bring your hands down, step your left foot back. Breathe in as you twist your right hand up to the sky, twisted lunge. As you exhale, option to bring the left knee down as you step back to side plank. So right foot might step back, left knee down or left leg lifted. Vashisthasana, Hold for a breath in. And then as you exhale, right hand comes down, shift your weight forward, Chakrasana, tuck the elbows in. Come down onto your belly, extend the arms wide, turn the left toes high. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, start to twist the left foot to the right. Breathe in, come back through center, hands come by the sides. Exhale, press up onto your right knee, left knee to left elbow. Step the left foot outside the left hand. Breathe in as you lift the arms above the head. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, soften the hips a little bit. Imagine like your inner legs are trying to zip up together. Start to tuck onto the right toes. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, hover the right knee just off the ground. Draw the shoulders back and down. Hands come behind the back, clasp the hands together. Take a deep breath in, start to open the chest. Exhale, draw the knuckles down. One more breath. Little tuck of the tailbone. Breathe in, step forward, hip width distance. As you exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana, reach the hands forward. One more breath. And then wrap the hands behind the legs. Take one more breath. As you breathe in, maybe lengthening the spine. And then as you exhale, folding a little bit deeper. Breathe in, lift the hands up above the head. Urdhva Hastasana. Come to the tops of your toes. And then as you exhale, slowly lower yourself down, hips over the heels. Breathe in as you tap your knees forward, hands come to the back. As you exhale, shift the hips forward, squeeze your shoulder blades back and down. If you already felt like more, you could bring hands to the feet or just one hand to the feet. Other hand lifted, up to you. Come back through center, lower the hips, breathe in as you lift the knees. And then as you exhale, hands down, right foot steps back. Breathe in, lift the left hand high. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Option to bring the right knee down here. Breathe in, start to lower the right heel. As you exhale, Vashisthasana, side plank, left foot steps back. Hold for your breath in as you lift your hips up a bit higher. As you exhale, left hand down, Chaturanga, come all the way down to the belly. Hands come wide, turn your right toes, breathe in. And then as you exhale, rotate your right toes to your left hand. Inhale as you come back through center. Option, tuck left toes, lift both of the knees off the ground. As you exhale, push to high plank. Right knee to right elbow. Set the right foot outside the right hand. Lower the left knee down. Breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Lift the arms. Exhale, draw the hips forward, soften the shoulders down. Tuck onto the left toes, push through the right foot, lift the left knee just off the ground. Little tuck of the, I just said that, tuck the tailbone again. Hands come behind the back, breathe in. As you exhale, pull the knuckles down. See if you can get the thumbs down the back thigh a little bit more. Breathe in as you step forward, land to the heel. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Hands come around the outside, behind the leg, breathe in. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Hands lift up and over the head, breathe in. Lift the heels, lift the toes. Come onto your toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Hips to the ground. To your heels. Goodness, what's up with my words today? Breathe in, tap the knees down. Your variation of Ustrasana. Exhale to hold. Breathe in, come back through center, lower the hips. Exhale, hands down. Step your left foot back. Breathe in as you open the right hand up to the sky. Exhale to hold. Twist the left shoulder underneath. Lower the left heel down. Breathe in. Right foot extends back. Option to lift it off the ground. Exhale to hold. Breathe in. Right hand down. High plank. Exhale. Chaturanga. Come down onto the belly. Arms go wide, breathe in, tuck the left toes up. As you exhale, left toes to the right hand. Breathe in, come back through center. Option, push up onto the knees or tuck right toes, lift the knee off. High plank, left knee to left elbow. Set the left foot outside the left hand. Right knee down, breathe in. Lift the arms, Anjaneyasana. Exhale to hold. Feel that opening through the front line of the hip. Right toes tuck, breathe in, lift the right knee off. Exhale, hold. Hands come behind the back, clasp the hands together, breathe in, start to open the chest, travel the thumbs down, exhale. Breathe in, shift your weight forward, plant the right foot. Exhale, take the hands over your head, Uttanasana. Hands wrap behind the back of the legs, breathe in. Fold even more deep. Breathe in, lift the arms. Come to the tops of your toes. Exhale, bend your knees forward. Hips sink back. Touch the knees down on your breath in. As you exhale, your version of Ustrasana. Breathe in, lower the hips down, lift the knees. Exhale, right foot steps back. Plant the right hand down, breathe in as you lift your left hand high. Exhale, hold. Either bring the right knee down or right heel down. Breathe in as you step your left foot back. Option to lift the left foot off the ground. Exhale to hold. Breathe in, left hand comes to the ground. As you exhale, Chaturanga, come all the way down to your belly. This time, reach the hands behind you. Palms facing down, or you can even rotate the thumbs up so the palms are facing out. Breathe in, start to lift the chest up. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Now you can stay here. If you felt like more, lift the legs off the ground as well. You can keep your feet hip width distance, or you can squeeze the heels to each other. Roll the shoulders back and down. Engage the glutes. Take another deep breath in as you lift up. Exhale, hold. And then slowly roll yourself down. Maybe you stack your hands together. Bringing the forehead down onto your hands. Maybe the side of the temple as well. Taking a moment to breathe. And then when you're ready, just releasing your hands by your ribs, press up on your breath in, and then as you exhale, tuck onto the toes, downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Use your next breath in to either walk or you can hop to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, push away from your legs. Exhale, fold again, Uttanasana. Breathe in, lift the arms above the head, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, send it straight back down, Uttanasana. Cyclical motion of breath, breathe in. And then as you exhale, hands down, your way back. So you can flow through your Vinyasa sequence, through your Chaturanga, maybe baby cobra or upward facing dog. And then back into downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Take one more breath at the back. And let's try that 2 more times, finding our flow of breath and movement together. Breathe in, make your way to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Hands to shins, breathe in, lift halfway. Exhale, fold again. Breathe in, lift the arms, ripple the spine. Exhale, straight back down, Uttanasana. Hands to shins, breathe in, lift halfway. Exhale, hands down, your way back. Breathe into scoop through, press the hands into the ground. Exhale, travel it back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Breathe in, make your way to the top of the mat. Exhale to fold, move in your own pace. Breathe in, half lift. Exhale, fold. Breathe in to rise. Exhale, send it straight back down. There's no beginning, no end. Breathe in, lift halfway. Exhale, your way back. And from here, just take a moment of pause, recuperate. We're going to enter in a new sequence that will only repeat once each side. A little bit of balance, a little bit of strength, quite a bit of opening through the upper body and the chest. Breathe in as you roll yourself forward into your plank position. Let's all lower the knees down. Exhale, lower halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, press back up, high plank. Exhale, lower half. Inhale, press back up. If you'd like to go on your toes, you can. Exhale, lower half. Inhale, press back up. Let's try 3 more. Exhale, lower half. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, lower half. Inhale, press back up. Keep the core engaged. Last one. Exhale, lower half. This time, come all the way down into your belly. Hands come by your sides, palms facing down. Breathe in, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, you might lift the feet off as well. Savasana. Hold for another breath in. And then as you exhale, lower down, hands down, push up onto your knees. Tuck onto the toes, but sweep the right toes high, 3-legged dog. Hold for a breath in. As you exhale, roll forward, right knee to the nose. Set the right foot outside the right hand. Lower the left knee down. Untuck the left toes. Breathe in as you reach the right hand high. Now you can stay here, or as you exhale, open the arms wide, so right hand back, left hand forward. Stay here, or right hand down the back of the left thigh, left calf, so coming into back bend twist. One final option is to reach the left hand around, trying to reach that same place as the right hand. Make sure you can breathe. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, hold, draw the shoulders back a little bit more, push through the right foot. Hands come to the front. Slide your left knee in on your breath in, and then as you exhale, bring the hips to the ground, roll yourself back. Halasana, feet come up and over the head. And if you don't want to do this, this is totally fine. You can lower your hips down to the ground. What we're going to do, we're going to roll back up. Right foot is going to come down on the ground. We're going to push up to standing. Hold for your breath in. And then as you exhale, roll yourself down. Right foot plants with or without the help of the hands. Stand up. So left leg is off the ground. Hug the left knee into the chest. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, draw the nose in the direction of the knee. If you want more, try hug the elbows around, really tucking yourself in. Release the hug. Left hand comes around the left ankle. Feel free to stay up, hug the left knee in. If you wanted a little bit more, shrimp squat. You're going to start to bend your right knee. You can go as low as feels good. Ultimate goal is trying to get the left knee to the ground before you push back up. We're only going to do that once. If you need to shake out your right ankle, you can. Otherwise, flip the left hand on the inside of the left ankle, right hand forward. Just one more balance. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, kick your left heel away. Chakrasana, dancer's pose. So try and pull your left hip forward. Keep kicking your left heel away and up. One more breath. Release the left foot. Take a long step back. Warrior 2. So right knee is pressing forward, left toes to the side, hands wide. Breathe in as you take your hands behind the back, clasp the hands together. Exhale, pull the knuckles to your left hip, reverse. So you're leaning back, but keep pushing your right knee forward. Hold here for one more breath. Breathe in, left hand to the ground. Exhale, twist your lunge, right hand reaches high. Knee down or lifted, we're going to push back into side plank. Breathing in, lifting the right foot. As you exhale, you can hold or take the right toes behind you for wild thing. Lifting your hips up high, reaching your hand to the front of the mat. Squeezing your glutes. One more breath. Bring both hands to the ground. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, you can head straight back to downward facing dog. Or you can flow through your Vinyasa sequence again. Take a couple of breaths. Notice how every breath links into each other. We're going to repeat that one more time on the other side. When you're ready, breathe in, roll forward into your plank position. You can go on your knees, you can stay up on your toes. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press back up. Keep the spine really long. Exhale, lower half. Inhale, press back up. You'll see why we do this later on. Exhale, lower half. Inhale, press back up. 3 more times. Lower half. Press back up. 2 more. Lower half. Exhale. Inhale, press back up. Last one. Exhale, lower half. This time come all the way down onto the belly. This is going to be quite important for our Urdhva Dhanurasana and our Chakrasana. Hands by the sides, palms down or facing out. Breathe in, lift yourself up. Shalabhasana, if you want to, exhale, lift your feet. One more breath here. Can you lift a little bit higher? Squeeze the shoulders back and down. Breathe in as you bring your hands down. As you exhale, press onto your knees. Tuck the toes, but lift your left toes high on your breath in, 3-legged dog. Exhale, hold. Take another breath in, lift the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, roll forward, left knee to the nose. Step the left foot outside the left hand. Right knee comes down to the ground. Untuck the right toes. Breathe in, left hand high. And then as you exhale, you can stay here or start to lift the right hand so it reaches forward. Or left hand down the back of the right thigh or the back calf. Right hand can come up and over. If you felt like a deeper back bend variation, right hand comes behind, maybe to the thigh, maybe to the calf. This is quite challenging for our shoulders, or at least this is where I find it challenging. I find it challenging everywhere, but yeah. Let's try one more breath. Hands come forward, breathe in. Slide your right knee forward, and then as you exhale, roll onto your back. Remember, you can just keep your feet over your hips or lift your hips up and over, reaching the toes behind your head. So remember, it's the left leg this time that's going to push up. If you want a more challenging variation, no hands. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, roll forward, left foot comes down, and you try to stand up to standing. Hug the right knee up into the chest, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, round the upper back, draw the nose in the direction of the knee. If you want more, hug the elbows in front of the shin. Right hand comes around the right ankle, take a deep breath in, draw the right knee in. You can stay here. As you exhale, start to bend your left knee, lean your chest forward. You're trying to take your right knee down as much as you can. I know this side for me is a lot more challenging. I'm not going to get it down. And when you're ready, just stand all the way back up. If you need to shake out your left ankle, you can. Otherwise, right hand to the inside of your right ankle. Reach the left hand forward, breathe in. As you exhale, Natarajasana, dancer's pose. Kick the right heel away. Extend the spine. Reach the heart forward. One more deep breath. Release the foot, take a long step back, breathe in, warrior 2. Exhale, hold. Hands come behind the back, breathe in, clasp the knuckles together. Exhale, reach it to the right hip, and then lean back. Breathe in, right hand to the ground, left hand lifts. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. You can bring your right knee down here if you'd like, or step back into Vashisthasana side plank. On your breath in, as you exhale, left toes might find its way behind the mat as you lift your hips up high. Try to open the heart and the hips as much as you can to the sky. One more breath. Breathe in as you bring the left hand down. As you exhale, flow through your vinyasa. This time, bring your knees down, shift your hips back, Balasana, child's pose. Just for a moment. And then just begin to walk your way up. So I'm going to demonstrate what Chakrasana looks like. By no means am I graceful at this, but I think it's just supposed to be fun. We're supposed to get it wrong and fall on our face, and that's how we learn. So you can just sit up and watch. What you're going to do is you're going to start towards the top of your mat. Basically, you're going to roly-poly over your head. So you're going to start kind of rolling up and down the spine a couple of times. And then you're going to get a little bit of momentum. Place the hands behind your head. You're going to roll your feet up and over and then push yourself up. So I'll give that a go. Land your feet down into downward facing dog. I'm really curious to notice what that looks like on the camera, but what we'll do is that we'll practice 2 rounds for our Urdhva Dhanurasana, our wheel, and in between each round we'll have an opportunity to find our Chakrasana. So let's lie down on our back. The first option I'll offer for our Urdhva Dhanurasana, depending on your energy today, is just your bridge position. If you felt like your full Urdhva Dhanurasana, you'll bring your hands behind your shoulders, fingertips to you. You might just start by pushing your hips up, then lifting the crown of the head on the ground, and then from there you can push all the way up. So when you're ready, just find yourself in a position where you can hold for kind of 5 to 8 breaths. You want to push through your feet to shift your shoulders as far over your wrists as you can, lifting the belly button and the heart up to the sky. Let's try 3 more breaths. And then wherever you are, just start to lower yourself down gently. First option is just to maybe come into Savasana, or you can draw the knees to the chest as a counter pose. If you wanted to try Chakrasana, you'll just roll up and down the spine a couple of times. And then when you're ready, use momentum, plant the hands, drive through your hands, take your feet up and over your head. It just takes a bit of confidence. And it's going to look really funny and awkward, and you might not even know if you can land down. But, oh gosh. Walk yourself forward. If you wanted to try that again, we'll go through 1 more round of Urdhva Dhanurasana. Just catch your breath for a moment. And then either going into bridge or bring your hands behind your shoulders. Breathe in as you lift your hips. Then push the hands into the ground. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. If you wanted a little bit more of an instructional video on Urdhva Dhanurasana, then you can click to a video that we posted 2 weeks ago that gives this in a lot more depth. Take another breath in. Exhaling, lowering yourself down to the ground. Maybe hugging the knees into the chest. And if you wanted to try a Chakrasana 1 more time, just rocking up and down the spine 1 or 2 times. It's probably one of the hardest transitions to get. But again, just open heart, open mind, curiosity. Okay, team, Let's head back down onto our backs. We'll just finish with 1 or 2 asanas, then we'll have Shavasana, and then we'll finish our practice in some meditation. So let's draw the right knee up into the chest. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, draw the right knee over to the left. Reach the right hand out. And then just swapping it around, drawing the left knee up into the chest. And then as you exhale, taking that left knee over to the right. Coming back through center. Find a happy baby. That's such a nice way to finish the practice. Maybe bringing the soles of the feet inwards. Hands might come around the ankles or the outsides of your feet. You could lift your feet up over the knees, drawing the hands down to the ground, pushing your feet back to the hands. You could shift side to side here, and massaging out the lower back. And then when you're ready, just finding Shavasana or another position that feels good for you. If there are any final movements that you'd like to take before we rest in stillness, then go for it. Listen to your body. Otherwise, closing down the eyes. Tuning into the cycles of your breath. Allowing the body to become heavy here on the mat. Letting go of any tension or holding, not just physically, but also in the mind. If you would like to finish your practice in a lying down position, please feel free to. And if you'd like to finish your practice in a seated meditation, just slowly start to move the body again. Eventually making your way up, maybe crossing your feet over or finding a kneeling position. Taking a deep breath in as you lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, just gently tuck the chin in. Sink the hips to the ground. Focusing on your inhalations through the nose. The exhalations through the nose. If you've noticed your thoughts floating away, just encourage them to come back to your breath. And this is where we will finish our practice together. Maybe you just start to breathe a little bit deeper, making some small movements with the body. I thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope you had fun along the way and you gave something a go. Let me know how you found it down in the comments. I love to hear from you, and if you enjoyed it, give this a like, share it with a friend, and if you wanted to support me a little bit more directly, then feel free to head over to our Patreon account where we have a couple of longer videos and behind the scenes content. But I look forward to hearing you and moving with you again sometime soon. Namaste.